Howdy y'all, it's here Mike. Down at Mike's Golf Shop, where we buy golf. That's right. We buy golf clubs, everybody knows that. Hey, let me tell you what I'm embarking upon. I've spent the last 44 years of my life playing competitive golf, okay? And in that time, I've swung at a golf ball every which way you could possibly swing at one. And been under pressure and tried to make that golf ball go where it's supposed to go. Some of you people out there know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to compile all of the knowledge that I have gained in 44 years of competitive golf. Now, granted, I'm an amateur golfer. I'm a full-time music shop and golf shop owner, and also spend a little time doing nuclear engineering. But the bottom line is, through working on my own golf game and also studying the greatest player of all time in modern game, and that's Jack Nicklaus, and his swing, you know, late in his later years, not necessarily in the late 70s and 80s, but in the late 80s, early 90s, and while he was still really good. And I found a lot of things about his swing that are very similar to Byron Nelson, who they named the machine after him, Iron Byron, because Byron was the first guy that learned how to hit one straight. And bottom line is, there's a lot of unique fundamentals about that kind of a swing that nobody really talks about, okay? So I'm going to do a video series, and I'm going to talk about them. Because, yeah, I've written a book that's fixing to come out called How to Hit a Golf Ball Long and Straight. The Secret, as a matter of fact, is what it's called. And anyway, I figured I'd do a video series too. And this is the first installment in that video series as I'm driving home from the physics lab, which I call the practice range. And I thought, you know what? It's time to kick that thing off. So, we will suffice it to say, this is the opening lesson to the secret to how to hit a golf ball long and straight. And I encourage each and every one of you to take these concepts to the range and give them a test, because they're going to help you become more competitive. They're going to help you get out there in competition, whether you're just playing with your buddies for a $2 Nassau, or, you know, playing in a, you know, local amateur tournament or state amateur tournament or anything else. And it's going to help you manage your golf ball better and shoot lower scores, okay? And I'll go through every aspect of it, what you got to do to hit one straight, and also what you got to do to practice, get ready, and what you got to do in the short game, which my old buddy Ronnie Senior would tell you is the greatest benefit that I could give modern golfing mankind, is lessons on the short game. And the bottom line is, this first installment has to do with what I consider to be the most important part of all that stuff. And that is the static positions, okay? And by that I mean the positions that you're in before you ever start swinging at it, okay? Those things are the most important, all right? And they have to do with alignment, ball position, grip, posture, you know, basic fundamentals of that nature. And basically, just as an eye-opener for you folks, I'm going to encourage you to work on your grip. Left-hand grip's got to have the thumb on the right side of the shaft. This is for a right-handed golfer. You don't want it straight down the shaft. You want that thing on the right-hand side a little bit. You know, depending on what kind of shot you want to hit. The V on the right hand needs to really kind of point at your right eye, maybe towards your nose if you want to hit one dead straight. You want to hit a little draw, get over there towards the right shoulder. You want to hit a fade, maybe move it over there to the left eye or something like that. You got to have a straight line between your left shoulder and the ball, okay? Between your left shoulder going down to your left arm, all the way down that club shaft to the club head has got to be in a straight line, because that impact, that's where you're going to be, okay? If you set your hands back at address, you're going to have a tough time getting the club face back to square. If you set your hands a little too far forward, you might have a little too much draw in there, okay? So that's very important. The lines, they all got to be pointing somewhere to the left, okay? I kind of advocate a very open stance and kind of get back up there towards your shoulders being maybe marginally closed. So it kind of is a reverse spiral staircase a little bit, with the feet open and kind of hips squared and the shoulders maybe just a touch closed. I think that works best for most people. Jack Nicklaus, prime of his career, set up with his feet way out there to the left. A lot of great ball strikers put their feet way out there to the left. Johnny Miller says that on the practice range before the 73 U.S. Open, when he shot 63, he heard a little voice, okay? Johnny hears voices. He heard a little voice saying, just open your stance way up. He did. Went out there, knocked it, I don't know, inside 15 feet all day long. Putted kind of bad and shot 63 in the U.S. Open. All right, so those sorts of things right there are very important. There's no reason in the world for any golfer who's serious about trying to hit the golf ball, there's no reason why you do not set up equally as good as Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods or any of the rest of those guys, okay? Because it don't take no athletic ability to set up good. And that's probably 80% of it, folks. People always aim their feet to the right, then they hit block cuts out in the right trees, and they wonder why. And they say, well, I just can't close the club face. No, you got your feet pointed to the right. And if your feet are pointed to the right, then your left leg is in your way. If left leg's in your way, you can't clear your hips. Can't clear your hips, can't square the club face. Okay, so bottom line, installment number 1. Go look at the grip of Jack Nicklaus. Look up Golf My Way on YouTube. Look at Arnold Palmer's grip. Look at some of the greatest players of all time and look at their grip, okay? Copy that grip. Get up in a setup position where you got the ball up there off your left heel. You got your feet open to the target line a little bit. All the rest of your lines get squarer as they go up. You know, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, whatever. Eyeballs. Get a straight line between your left shoulder and that ball, okay? Your left arm and the club shaft, all the way down to the club head, has got to be in a straight line, because at impact, that's where you're going to be, okay? And work on those setup positions, and then get up there and just swing at it any old way, and you're going to be a little bit better off than you were yesterday, okay? And those scores are going to start coming down. All right, folks, that was installment number 1 on the secret to how to hit a golf ball long and straight. I got a book coming out pretty soon. Be sure and order that. Of course, we buy golf clubs all day long. Mike'sGolfShop.com. 423-558-0372. Call Paul. Tell him what you got. We'll buy those clubs from you. It doesn't matter where you live, okay? All right, folks, enjoy. Go out there and get your setup position a little bit better, and let's play some great golf. See ya.